Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. Previously, the flashback sequence concluded. Phoenix Wright took the bait and used the planted, forged evidence, and that got him disbarred. Valiant Gramarye got away with murder, and Shady Enigmar, aka Zach Gramarye, was nearly sentenced with a guilty verdict, but he vanished in one last trick, so he went on the run. And now the game is throwing something entirely new at me. It seems like I can freely choose various sub-chapters to play. I have 4 sequences in 7 years ago, and I have 4 sequences in the present day. And I don't think any of these are actually unlocked. I think I need to look at what happens in the past first. So let's pick something to do. So the detention center. I can only imagine that this might be Phoenix being held because of his deeds in court. So let's see. The nightmare trial was over, and the new nightmare of figuring out what had happened had just begun. I wanted to wake up, to walk away, but I figured I'm the only one who could do this, probably. And besides, I had plenty of time. Thanks to the Bar Association Review Board's decision. It's hard to work when your attorney's badge has been taken away. 7 years ago. Oh, it's Valiant. Valiant's still being held. Okay. What strange sight doth mine eyes behold? Excuse me? 2 men on either side of a single transparent pane. Yet it seems fickle fate has switched sides, so to speak. The forger of fakes walks freely, while the innocent languishes within these plexiglass confines. There's been no proof that I forged anything, nor proof that I took the life of my dear mentor. Yet these chains cannot hold me for long. The stage awaits. And what, may I ask, awaits you? A little piano in a cold little hole in the wall. But since you are here, what shall we discuss? The shooting of Magnifique Gramarye, for one. Who pulled that trigger? Valiant or his partner? His partner vanished before the answer could be found. If I'm going to get any closer to the truth, this is the place to start. Okay. So let's examine. What does Phoenix have to say about this guy? That guard keeps stealing glances in this direction, and scratching his head. Maybe our resident magician showed him a trick or two. Okay. Smile, you're on candid camera. I just had to say it. Old habits die hard. Maybe I should do a few tricks for the viewers at home. End search. Is that going back to the Mason system menu? Huh. So we still have all the evidence, and yeah, wow, the attorney's badge is gone. Huh. Okay. Valiant, let's have a chat. I have to hand it to my partner. He knows how to make an exit. That's talent. Yes, he made my attorney's badge disappear, and he never even touched it. Glory's spotlight always leaves someone weeping in the shadows. Yet his very disappearance is itself a revelation. Revealing what? Zach Gramarye killed Magnifique. It's as good as a signed confession. That's certainly been public opinion's take on it. I grow tired of my cage, and the time of my release is near. I must go and prepare. Planning on jumping back into the magic right away? As long as an audience waits with bated breath, there will be Valant, and also... Yes? Now that my partner has disappeared, Magnifie's repertoire is mine. Valant Gramarye has a tradition to uphold. Is that true? Seen in this light, the trial was quite good to me, verdict or no. And you can't pay for that kind of publicity. The suspicion on you hasn't lifted entirely, Valant. After all, you received one of those letters, too. You were just as obligated to follow Magnifie's instructions as your partner. So I was, but only Zach Gramarye followed them. Let us not speak any more of who shot what. Now that my partner has vanished, the question is moot. I'm more interested in learning something else, actually. What might that be? I want to know what Magnifie had up his sleeve. How could he coerce you and your partner to kill him? The trick up his sleeve. Perhaps you do not know. Know what? A great magician never reveals his secrets. The Magatama! Cyclox! Oh man, here we go. Oh, I didn't think that would be that easy. The audience must remain forever in the audience, bathing in the reflected glow of the spotlight. My Magatama, one of my most prized possessions, which I got during a certain case, can show me the locks on people's hearts. And if I can unlock their hearts, they'll tell me their secrets. The Magatama starts it all, and the Magatama ends it. Okay, let's give it a shot. I mean, I would imagine I have everything I need, but... I'm flying by the seat of my pants on this one. Okay, yeah, that tells me that I do have everything I need. There must be a path leading from the evidence to the truth. And that's what I'm going to find. To ask someone to take a life, even one not long for this world, that's asking someone to commit murder. Yes, our mentor was fond of dramatic moves and dramatic finales. And he got his wish. His life was taken. What weakness could be so powerful as to coerce someone into committing murder? My guess is it was a matter of life or death. Care to explain? Your troupe lived in a world of showmanship. The flashier, the better. And flashy so often means danger, doesn't it? Let us make this as painless as possible. If you have proof of this danger, then show it. Well, those stage pistols? Fires one real bullet. You use this in your act. It's a real gun. Why, that's one of ours. Specially designed for your show, I gather. A single bullet, one shot. What are you suggesting? We are magicians, Mr. Wright, not murderers. I'm not crying murder, Mr. Valant. I'm crying something far more tragic. An accident. Zach and Valant's quick draw shoot 'em. How long has it been since those shots were last heard? Was the shoot 'em cancelled because someone might get hurt? Of course. What other reason could there be? Well, it could have been cancelled because someone had already been hurt. The woman. The third disciple of Magnifie. Fascinating, my Faustian forging friend. But tell me, what can you prove with a single pistol? Well, tell me what would have happened if there had been an accident. What if one of your bullets took a life on stage? The performance of magic is not concerned with what-ifs. It is concerned with precision. Precisely whom do you claim we shot? Looks like I've chosen the right path. Let's just hope he walks it with me. A life was sacrificed so that the show might go on. And this shows who it was. Oh. 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 The diary, maybe? Can I read this again? What was in this? What were the real final penmanship lines of Magnifi? Hold on. Okay, here we go. The ripped out page. Now I see that everything has been a setup. Also, I would present forged evidence to the court. That's too pixelated to read, man. I can't know. Okay, maybe it's not that. Do I actually not have anything that points to this? Do I need to come back? I might have to come back. But this is weird because this is framed as us jumping between points in time, so how would that even work? I'm gonna back out. I may not have enough evidence right now to pull this off. Maybe it's time to do a little more leg work. Huh. Well, okay. Let's ask about some stuff. Mr. Valen, could you look at this for me, please? Yes, I accept your challenge. Well? Challenge? Huh? You want me to make it float, disappear, or shall I simply eat it? I didn't come here to play games, Mr. Valiant, or watch you do tricks. Probably nothing we can get out of this. Yeah, I think we just need to move on, okay? Let's end search. So where the hell would I be most likely to get proof for someone dying? Oh, right, the Drew studio. That's, I think Drew Misham and Vera were huge fans of the Gramarye troupe, or maybe just Vera. If we can ask a young Vera about who died, that'd be great. 7 years ago, Drew Studio. Ooh. It looks a bit shabbier. Yeah, I remember the walls looking a lot cleaner. Huh. I figured you'd come here sooner or later. Is this Drew? It is! I decided on sooner. Drew Misham, was it? I haven't done anything illegal. And I didn't come here to whine about past events. I wanted to ask you some questions. I suppose you have that right. That day, the entire court descended into chaos. Only you stood still, your eyes calmly watching. I admit it made quite an impression on me. I'm used to finding myself in outrageous situations. And how? Phoenix Wright, was it? I'll answer what I can. I'm not sure, but it feels like I'm being watched intensely. Aww. Young Vera with a tinier children's sketchbook. Ah, this is my daughter, Vera. Say hello. She's gone. Shall we begin then? Okay, first let's have a look around. What's this painting here? Ah, that's one of mine. It's an illustration for a book. It's not on sale yet, of course, but I thought it might be a good business. As a father, I'd like to be able to put food on my daughter's table. Not a feeling I know anything about, at least not yet. Huh. Are the plans to adopt Trucy already in motion? Ah, going home by any chance? No, I was just checking out the door. Oh. Good thing I'm far too stubborn to take hints like that. I see that the red post box has not been installed. Okay, the lab has, though. Volcano. Oh. That's the figure that we see whenever Vera paints her fingernails? Paints are scattered all around. Probably the ones he's currently using. There's something very artistic about a messy room. Not that this is anything compared to my office. I guess that would make an office a masterpiece. My masterpiece. Okay, let's have a look. Maybe I'll just sidle on over here for a closer look. Sidle is a criminally underused word. The post stamp! That's an awfully small frame. What's that inside it? A stamp? Please don't touch that. I'll get in trouble. That stamp belongs to Vera, you see. She always puts it somewhere she can see it. Well. That's Zach and Valent, the Grammaries, isn't it? Also, this is the first time we're seeing the trio in color. Yeah, look at that blue. That is 100% Trucy's mother. 100%. God damn, Shady is one tragic character. Holy crap, dude. Serious, genuine question. Is Shady Enigmar the most tragic character in the franchise so far? Works in a magic troupe, falls in love with a woman, his partner, accidentally shoots her to death in a magic stunt gone wrong, then later is asked by his mentor to kill him, then is framed for the murder by his own surviving partner and friend. Then his lawyer is entrapped in court and he has to disappear and leave his daughter behind, his infant daughter behind. And then he lays low, makes friends with Phoenix, meets with Phoenix covertly over the years to get status reports on Trucy and catch up. And then he just gets assassinated for a completely unrelated crime. For just unrelated matters, he's just killed. Like, holy crap, dude. That poor man. That's Zach and Valent, the Grammaries, isn't it? The post office issued that commemorative stamp last year, when the Grammaries were at the height of their popularity. Not anymore. Now that one of them vanished off the face of the earth. Vera went to see one of their shows when she was quite small. She's been a dedicated fan ever since. She watched them every time they came on TV, until the end. I see. That stamp's quite hard to come by, I hear. I still wonder how she got her hands on it. Ah, this might be the evidence I need for Valent. But we might want to poke around as much as we can to find more evidence. Let's have a look. Okay, we can't look at the faces specifically. This is you and Vera? Yes. We took that one quite recently. I know, I'm a painter. Why not paint a portrait instead? I've never been that good at people, unfortunately. Right. Shouldn't you practice? Nah, it's fine to specialize. Red envelope. What's this red envelope? Don't touch that. It's quite important. The painter's face just changed hues. Guess I'd better behave, though it's tempting to just grab it. So if you don't draw humans, why do you have a model of a hand? That's a pretty bottle. A bottle? Oh, I see it now. Don't touch that, please. I'll get in trouble. It belongs to Vera, you see. She always puts it somewhere she can see it. She looks at it often. There's a light pink fluid inside. Nail polish, I'm guessing. So Vera treats both the poison stamp and this mysterious bottle with the same severity. What could be in here? Anyway, let's look at all this junk. You use these gizmos for painting. They're pretty elaborate. Those aren't for painting. They're for analyzing. Paint composition, age, every conceivable angle. Tools of the forgery trade, I guess. There are some finished paintings stacked here. They don't look at all that bad, really. I'll sell you one for 50 cents. That's okay. They look kind of heavy. Oh. Okay, maybe Drew's the most tragic figure. Maybe he needs to work on his sales technique a bit. Paints and pigments are lined up on the shelves with some noticeable gaps. It's embarrassing, but I can't afford all the paints I want. I insist on buying the ones I use with my own money. I can see how you'd want to do that, sure. Perhaps you've heard that you can make any color, as long as you have the 3 primary colors? Well, it's a lie. Poor guy. I think that's all there is to look at, so... Drew, let's chat. Judging from this place, you're a painter. Not, sadly, a profitable one. I've never sold a painting. It's a source of considerable embarrassment. I would be able to get by were it only me. Your daughter. Oh, I just noticed that her sketchpad is actually shaped like a bear's head. That's cute. Her mother grew wary of me and left. I don't want her to grow up needy, Mr. Wright. That is why I began my other occupation. Forgeries. Don't look at me with those eyes. I know what it is that I do. More than half of the paintings they bring me are stolen. And who knows what my copies are used for. But some of your works aren't paintings, correct? You may not believe me when I tell you this, but that was my first work outside painting. What? Yeah, we knew this. To think it would be used as evidence in a murder trial. I never even imagined the possibility. Then why did you take the job? I was well paid. Very well paid. I think he feels worse about it than I do. The past is hard to escape. Honestly, the sooner I can put this behind me, the better. With apologies to you, of course. Sorry, but it's not going to be quite so easy. He's trying to forget what he made. Looks like I'll have to remind him. Okay, let's ask him about the forged document. One of the first things we picked up. Your work. Don't try to pretend you've forgotten. Sure, all you did was make a copy. But that copy might have destroyed the life of an innocent man. I'm responsible too, which is why I have to know. And you have to tell me. I knew it would be difficult to escape this. Then let's talk. Good. Let's do just that. Well then, ready to tell me about this work you did? It was unlike anything I had attempted before. I guess it would be a little different from paintings. That is not what I mean. In all my previous work, it sufficed to create a copy. This wasn't a copy? The client gave me two things that day. The first was a sample page as a reference. The second, a printed document I can only surmise was written by my client. So you used the real writing as a reference to reproduce what the client wrote? Yes. As I said, it was my first job of that nature. So, who was your client? As I said in court, I do not know. Really? Even for such a suspicious request? If it was me, I'd want to know as much as I could about the request. I never met them. Not personally. Ooh, okay. We'll get our money's worth with this Magatama. Okay. Only 2 locks, so it's probably going to be easier to break. It seems like you're still hiding something. Something about this work. Well, let's give it a shot. You're hiding something. Let's hear it then. What are you hiding from me, Mr. Mission? I'm sorry, but I really don't know. I never met the client. True, when I asked the client's name, there were no Cyclocks in sight. Regardless, you're hiding something. You have to be, otherwise it wouldn't make any sense. Why are you doing this to me? Well, I've made my stand. No backing down now. So, what's Misham hiding? Well, yeah, the forger. Or, I want to say the sample might have entirely different writing on it. Yeah, I'm strongly suspecting that the sample he was provided was Magnify's real diary page, and it had entirely different dialogue on it. I want to say he's hiding that. And yes, there was a reference. Why should I hide that? Uh-huh. After the trial, I submitted everything to the court. My work, the sample page, everything. Oh. I can give you direction to the court if you like. That's fine. I know where the court is. Okay, maybe it's too soon to ask about that. Unless you were just trying to get me to leave. Sorry. I can sometimes be a little blunt. Well, I've made my stand. No backing down now. The forger. You're hiding that Vera is the forger. I can pretty much piece together what it is from what you said. Oh, what is it then? You told me what you knew about the client. And I couldn't see any Cyclocks. Psycholocks? Is that some sort of asylum security? Or a new hairstyle, perhaps. Oh, locks. But then they did show up, didn't they? Who was your client? As I said in court, I do not know. Really? Even for such a suspicious request? If it was me, I'd want to know as much as I could about the request. Requester. Yeah. Not personally. Those words triggered the psych lock. Again with the psycho locks. Now I really must know what they are. So you didn't meet with the client, but someone else did. Maybe the real forger behind this evidence? Perhaps I'm hung up on this lock business, but I'm afraid you've lost me. Yeah, well, I didn't come here to talk about psych locks. As long as I come to the right conclusion, it doesn't matter how I get there. And your conclusion is... And your conclusion is? The real forger behind this wasn't you, Mr. Misham. Poppycock. Oh, he would say poppycock. I don't know what you're talking about. That's my work, I tell you. Made here in my studio. Who else could it have been but me? That's the real question, isn't it? If the forger wasn't you, then I don't have many other people to choose from. The real forger at Drew's studio is... Vera. Whoa. I need to check out that profile. He's wearing black in his costume? Oh, that's cool. The real forger is your daughter, Vera Misham, isn't it? Ridiculous. My daughter's only 12 years old, Mr. Wright. I've always been more one for landscapes, not surrealism. Nice comeback. But you're shaking in your boots. I've got you now. The only two people with access to this studio are you and your daughter. The Cyclops tell me you're not the forger, which makes your daughter the only possibility. I feel very much on the verge of going psycho-lock myself. Nice. Now tell me the truth. I don't know how you knew, but you're right. The one who made this page was my daughter, Vera. She's only 12. A genius, you might call her. A precocious little girl, outshining her father. Oh, a precocious little girl outshining her father. There has been a lot of that going around recently. I let her play in the studio, and she watched me. She taught herself in that way. The drafting tools and analytical devices I bought when they became necessary. They're my little girl's playthings now. Ah, do I detect a bit of fatherly pride? So Vera was the one who made this page. Would she know who the client was then? Actually, the client came once. Here, to the studio. What? Why didn't you say so sooner? But their face was covered, and they did not want to talk to me. So they talked to your daughter. I will speak only with the artist, the client told me. The little girl might know something about him. Okay. What do I do now? Maybe I should talk to her father a bit more. Or is it time to turn my attention to Vera? Talk to Vera. Mr. Misham, I have a request. Let me guess. You'd like to speak with my daughter. Can I? My daughter has never been one to talk to strangers. She's quite shy, extremely so, actually. With only one exception. Which was? Oddly enough, it was that client. Gee, I wonder why the Grammy Troop superfan would be interested in talking to the client. I left the studio while they talked. I returned when they had finished, and she was laughing. It was the first time I'd seen anything of the sort. Wow, that's depressing. Please, let me speak with her. All right. Uh-oh, this could be tough. Okay, let's have a chat. Vera, was it? Would you like to have a friendly chat? I'm Phoenix Wright, ex-lawyer, and pianist. I'm still looking for the keys that say Do Re Mi. Can't find them anywhere. I'm no good at this. I need something to get through to this girl. Oh. Yeah, I need to break the ice first. So, let's ask about the stamp. And then there's this. My stamp. Hey, she spoke. She can talk. She can talk, she can talk, she can talk, she can sing! Yeah, so this stamp. How can I keep her talking? Great magicians, aren't they? Isn't Troupe Gramarye amazing? Yes? Oh. I especially like those two, Zach and Valent. I mean, they're, just so magical. Aren't they? Aren't they? Yeah, whenever I go to one of their shows, I'm like, whoa, magic, you know? Me too, me too. I love them, they're so cool. It's like magic, yeah. Alright, she's talking. Not saying much, but it's a start. I went and saw them with Father the other day. The opening ceremony at the Gramarye Museum of Magic. The Gramarye Museum? They have one of those! I guess it makes sense now that they have their own commemorative stamp. So, have you been to one of their shows? Just once, when I was little, with Father. The Gramarye's on stage, it was like a dream. Disappearing, reappearing, cutting apart, putting back together. They do it all. Yeah, maybe you can keep telling me stuff like this? You know, about Zach and Valent, maybe? Oh, sure. Alright, better get asking before she changes her mind. I don't go outside much. I like to paint in here. Why don't you like the outside? There's bad people out there. Well, true, but there's lots of good people too. Actually, I should tell you, she was almost kidnapped once. Oh. Kidnapped? Since then, she's been, well, you can see for yourself. She refuses to leave the house. Oh man. That's sad. I see. Wait, but that doesn't make any sense. She said she went to the Gramarye Museum. With you, in fact. Yes. Actually, she was quite insistent on it, much to my surprise. That was the first and last time she expressed such a desire to me. That person gave me a good luck charm. A good luck charm? For when I absolutely had to go outside. Yes, apparently she received something... a gift. From that client, actually. She won't tell me what it was. Father, I told you to keep that a secret. From that client, huh? This I have to hear about. Would you tell me about the client? So you met the person that asked you to do this job, and you talked with them? What's this about a good luck charm you received? I can't talk about it. Huh? If I do, it won't work anymore. That's what I was told. Yeah, but I really have to know. Ah, cripes. Right, time to do some psych unlocking. Well, let's begin with the forgeries and troop grammary stamp. So your father tells me you're good at painting all sorts of things. I really like painting. A lot. Father is always very happy when I paint them exactly the same. So you did this too? Oh yes, that was my first job. Your first? All I used to do was paint the same thing I saw. Huh? I like where this is going. But this was totally different. The pen slips, and the way the writer held the pen, and the pressure on the nib. I had to use a microscope and analyze it on the computer. She seems happy. Odd. Her work was the last nail in the grammary coffin. I guess no one told her. She 100% completely faked the message. Magnifi Grammary absolutely never wrote that forged page. Speaking of, let's look at his profile. Founder of Troop Grammary and a great magician, mentor to Zack and Valent. You know, okay, look, usually I wouldn't say something so ridiculous, but Magnifi and Zack have the same skin color. Do you think that makes them related? Is Zack Magnifi's son? Like, look, I know, and I know it's ridiculous. Not all skin colors related to it. My point is, in this franchise, melanin is extremely rare. Like, I'm struggling to think. I think these are like the only two characters in a franchise I've seen so far who actually have like darker skin color, which leads me to believe there might be a connection. Maybe, I don't know. Man, those sideburns and nose hairs are really connecting, aren't they? That's pretty great. Anyway. They're the best in the world! Uh-huh. Oh, you mean Troop Grammary, of course. Father gave it to me. Your father? But I asked him about it. He didn't know how you got it. I guess I just took it. Yeah. Took it? Father got a letter from that person. That person? You mean that letter was from the client? Oh, we talked about the Grammaries forever that day. I'm sure that's why I was sent that stamp. I didn't want to just send it back, so I took it. They're a sneaky one, this client. So they were trying to get her on her good side. Ah, updated. Okay, now let's try the Magatama. You seem to trust this client quite a lot, in fact. Because they gave you this stamp. No, that's not why. They listened to me, to my problem. The problem? That keeps her inside all the time. don't go outside if you don't want to. That's what they told me. But when I absolutely have to go out, all I had to do was use a good luck charm. A good luck charm? That your client gave you? I think I know what your client might have given you, actually. Is this your good luck charm? Oh. It can't be the stamp. The stamp came with the letter, and Vera snatched it out of the letter on her own. Did we just not have it? Huh. I mean, I guess we can try, but if not this, then we'll have to back out. If this doesn't bring good luck, I don't know what would. I see. Good luck charms are different for different people, I guess. Huh? What do you mean? If you say it's lucky, then it must work for you. That's the beautiful thing about good luck charms. Okay, I don't have anything for her. Well then. That's the beautiful thing about being totally wrong. We don't have the right evidence. Okay. In that case, I don't think there'd be anything, like, in the room. Yeah, no. I mean, wouldn't the good luck charm be on her person or in this place? Why would I expect to find it elsewhere? Well, I guess we can just go out and look elsewhere. I could go back to the detention center and try breaking the Cyclops more, but something tells me I don't have enough to completely finish it, so... Wright and Company law offices, let's try that. Check in on Charlie. And maybe Trucy? Oh, morning, Daddy. I'm so glad you came. You okay, Daddy? They picking on you? I am fine, as always. This old boy is here to help me, after all. That's young man to you. Good morning. Oh, good morning. That's a cute outfit you have on. Thanks. My first show's today, after all. 2 weeks had passed since then. I called her into my office. Trucy, there's something we need to talk about. It's been 2 weeks since your father disappeared. We need to start thinking about your future. I, did some calling around. This is hard to say, but you have no living relatives. So, I was wondering if you wanted to stay with me for a while. Just until your daddy comes home. It won't be long. I hope. Of course, it's totally your choice. If you don't like it here, you can go wherever you'd like. I could look up some places you might like to stay at. This is so weird. Mr. Attorney, Daddy told me about you. He said I could trust you. Uh-huh? Really? So, if I stay here, does that mean you'll be my family? Uh-huh? I guess so? Getting weirder. Mr. Attorney? Actually, why don't you call me Nick? Or you can call me Daddy if you'd like. It doesn't have to be today or anything.
Okay, say Daddy.
That was quick. Yes?
If I move here, I have to switch schools, right? And I was thinking, I haven't paid for lunches at my last school for a year. So thanks, Daddy. Oh, and this office? It's a little black. A little color goes a long way, you know? Oh, and Daddy, you got fired from work, right? Don't you worry one bit. I'll work twice as hard. We'll make it through this.
Trucy, how old are you?
Oh, I am 8. But don't let appearances deceive you. I'm a young professional. Stick with me and you'll do just fine, Daddy.
Thanks. Why does it feel like she's already in charge? Yeah, Trucy's pretty great. Let's say hello. Wait! The hotel! You can still see that hotel from the window here! Every time I look out, I think back on those old cases. I wonder if the view looks different now that I'm not wearing my old badge.
I really dig the far-out view, Daddy.
Thanks. She must have learned a lot of words from her parents. My mentor's favorite plant, Charlie. I guess watering Charlie's my only real job now. Wait, I have a child now. I can't feed Trucy like this. She probably needs more than the occasional watering too, I'm guessing. Is this still a Steel Samurai poster? An old movie poster hangs on the wall. I finally found out the title after not knowing for the longest time. I actually rented the movie the other day. Cried my eyes out. Just thinking about it makes me tear up. Wait, it's just allergies, really? I should show it to her when she's a little older. Wait, what was it called again? Quite the collection of law books. My mentor bought all of them. I used to be too busy to read them. Now that I have the time to read them, there is no need. But I can't just sell them. Maybe Trucy want to read them someday? Nah. My desk. Not that I have any reason to sit there anymore. I guess Trucy can use it. It's great for studying math, English, geography, magic. Ack! I'm not crying, I just got some dust in my eye. Awkward dad Phoenix is the best Phoenix. Okay, let's have a chat.
So, Daddy, you got fired from being a lawyer, right?
You could at least kind of look aside or something when you say that. It's actually kind of hard for me, for Daddy.
Oh, I'm sorry, Daddy. Wait, is that foolish pride? My other daddy always used to talk about that.
Actually, that's pretty accurate.
So, here's my idea. We'll make a new office. Law just seems so stiff, doesn't it? And no one will be my friend at school that way.
Well, that won't do, I guess. I just don't know much about anything other than law. Or even much about law, if you were to ask some people.
Maybe the problem is calling it an office. We should run an agency instead.
You mean like a talent agency? Forgive me for asking, but doesn't that require talent?
You've got me, don't ya? I'm a professional.
A professional?
Yup. After all, I am directly descended from the famous Zach Gregory.
Directly descended? He's your father.
Oh, and now I'm directly descended from the famous Phoenix Wright, too.
I think an 8-year-old just massaged my ego. Oh, God. Could you tell me a bit more about your daddy, or Zach Grammary?
Daddy? Sure thing, Daddy.
Which daddy was that again?
Daddy's so amazing. The biggest star of Troop Grammary. And they're big.
The Grammarys. They were on television a lot. I haven't seen them on much recently, come to think of it.
Big magic happens when you put Zach and Val and Grammary together, you know? Once they've made a giant waterfall right there on stage. And this giant trout swam up the giant waterfall.
Let me guess, there was a giant fisherman waiting for him at the top?
I wish I could have seen more of Daddy's magic.
Ack, I shouldn't have brought it up so soon.
I wonder what'll happen to me with Daddy and Mommy both gone.
Mommy? Yeah, what about Mommy? I haven't heard anything about Trucy's mother.
But I have my magic, and a great daddy, even if he is unemployed. You know, I think things are going to be okay.
I wonder if she'll talk about her mother. Please do. Could you tell me about your mommy, if it's okay?
Mommy was so pretty. She was like an angel up on stage.
When she became an angel on stage. Heyo! On stage? You mean with your daddy?
Yep. She was always there with Zach and Valent, smiling. But then, she went away.
Went away?
It was a grand illusion, but she made a mistake. She vanished, and I guess she didn't know how to get back.
Maybe so.
I cried then, a lot. That's when Daddy gave me this. Here.
This is your mother? She's beautiful.
Her name's Thalassa. Thalassa Grammary.
The last of Grammary? Yeah, maybe the last Grammary to... Oh, or the woman. The lass of Grammary. The lass of Grammary. Okay. Poor girl. I didn't know her mommy had gone missing. And now her daddy's vanished too, right before our eyes?
Hey, Daddy. You won't...
Don't worry, I won't vanish, I promise.
Right. You can't even do magic. You're like a backup plan. Daddy always said to have a backup plan.
I guess all I rate as is a backup plan. So one day, this will be Phoenix's locket, and it'll have Trucy in it? Huh. Okay, about the professional. So, Trucy, you're a professional.
Yes, it's like they think they say. Baby frogs grow up to be frogs?
They say that?
I always thought it was funny, though.
What was?
Aren't baby frogs called tadpoles? Maybe they thought it would be easier to understand that way for kids. How stupid.
Right, so, in conclusion, you're a professional magician, Trucy.
That's right. Well, wanna see a trick?
You're going to do a magic trick? Please show me. What kind of monster would say no? Actually, I would like to see your trick. The future of the agency depends on it, after all.
That's the spirit. Ready? Here goes. Ta-da!
She looks so small next to Mr. Hat. Hey folks, it's Mr. Hat. I gotta say, it's good to be seen. Yarg! Whoa, that was startling.
The amazing Mr. Hat. Isn't he great?
Your friendly neighborhood Mr. Hat at your service. He certainly makes an impression.
Doesn't he? I'm so glad you like him, Daddy.
Though my routines do get a bit heady at times. Ha! Get it? Heady! My friendly neighborhood Mr. Hat nearly gave me a heart attack. I think that's probably enough for today. Sorry to ask you so much all at once like that.
It's okay. After all, we're family. I just hope you're ready. The Wright Talent Agency opens tomorrow.
What? But are we representing anyone?
Me and you. That makes two, Daddy.
I think you need more than that to make an agency. Besides, you may be a magician, but I'm no talent.
Oh, I'm sure there's something you're good at.
Well, when you put it that way...
You mean you don't have any tricks? No old standbys? This will not do. A boy should always have a trick or two in his pocket.
Okay, I'll think of something.
That's the spirit. See you bright and early tomorrow, Daddy.
Welcome to the team, Daddy-O. The team, right. Sometimes when magicians vanish, they leave something behind. That's how Trucy became Trucy Wright, my daughter. To be honest, I was pretty lost those first few days. Thinking back on it, it was a pretty dark time in my life. But Trucy, happy, smiling Trucy, she was my light.
Aww.
Ah, it's marked as complete. That's very handy. Well, I suppose this is an excellent time to wrap things up, so... I wonder if that amulet is enough to classify as a good luck charm for Vera in that Cyclops. Well, I do know that that amulet that shows Thalassa's portrait, that would definitely break Valent's Cyclops that we got to, but I feel like there's going to be more walls in place. I need to fully explore more. I need to look at Defendant Lobby number 2. So, let's look at the present. Is anything open for the present now? No. Weird. Well, okay then. I guess next time we'll check out Defendant Lobby 2, see all we can see. Maybe we'll talk with Clavier or Gumshoe, maybe. Someone. Maybe the judge even. I don't know. No, they wouldn't have like a profile shot for the judge. The judge exists in the courtroom and nowhere else. Oh man. Could you imagine seeing the judge in like just like a standard sprite for conversations like outside the courtroom? It would be like seeing your elementary school teacher out shopping, like outside of school. It's like, what? You're supposed to exist there only. My mind, my fragile childhood mind. Anyway, yeah, more and more, Valent is looking like the mastermind, going so far as to want to poison Drew. I don't think Valent knew that Vera was the real artist. No, I think Valent thought it was just Drew who did it, which is why the message included the stamp. Like, look, we know Valent is a master of disguise, right? He disguised himself as a Lemire for the the stadium play, the performance at the stadium. So it'd be child's play to disguise his face while talking with his client. Well, talking with his hired artist, yeah. Oh, that Valant, what a worm. Can't wait to take him down. Anyway, for now, I'm Zephyr the Jester. This has been Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you next time. So until then, please take care.